Hello and welcome to the Life Ready Learners podcast, where we empower families to equip their children with essential life skills for a bright and successful future. I'm your host, Kiyana Thomas, and I'm thrilled to have you join us on this journey of learning and growth. So, whether you're a homeschooling parent, an educator, or someone passionate about personal development, this podcast is for you. Each week, we will dive into practical tips, inspiring stories, and expert interviews to help you nurture well rounded, confident, and life ready learners. From critical thinking and problem solving to communication and leadership, we're here to explore the skills that matter most in today's ever changing world. So grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's embark on this exciting journey together. Welcome to the Life Ready Learners community. Let's get started. Guys, in today's episode, I am super excited. Guys, this is going to be I hope and pray that this will be so beneficial for you all on your journey. So today we're going to talk about a very important topic that is critical for your personal health, personal growth, and development. Stepping outside of your comfort zone. This topic came to me because recently, about 2 weeks ago, I embarked on this amazing conference, the Vila Con 24. I am still hyped up about that. I don't know if you can hear it, feel it, see it. Guys, this conference was so amazing. I I went to the conference with two objectives. One, to step outside of my comfort zone, to introduce myself, to make new business connections and hopefully friendships, etc. And then also to find mentors or find people that's going to help me accomplish my goal for my business. And guess what? It was no holds bars. I said now or never. If I'm going to do something different, I have to do something different. Like if I want something different, I have to do something different. And so I just went there determined to make a splash. I went there determined to do something different. And if you know me in the beginning, I'm a very kind of closed off person, protective because I'm so sensitive. And so I keep to myself until I get to know you, and then I just let it all out, right? But I'm kind of quiet and reserved in the beginning when I don't know you. If I know you and we're girls and we're cool, it's on. It's all smiles and laughs and just talking and just it's on. And I probably talk too much. But I just love it. I'm just open and free and giving. But that's if I know you. If I don't know you, I'm kind of reserved, set back, and I'm just kind of watching and keeping to myself. Y'all, I did not do that at this conference. Listen, if you made eye contact, we were talking. We were talking. I was up and down the halls in meeting rooms and different workshops, and I was introducing myself at every workshop I went to. I introduced myself to someone new. I gave my business card. I gave them a link to my magazine. I mean, I was wide open. I know some people got tired of me, but it's okay. It is okay. You'll find your tribe. You'll find those people that love your vibe, and you'll find those people that are kind of standoffish, like, oh, she's too much. Because I was high energy. I am high energy, right? And so today, that's what prompted me to start off with our first episode, stepping outside of your comfort zone. So, whether you're an adult or a child, pushing past those boundaries can lead to amazing new opportunities and experiences like the one I just shared. So let's get started. Another thing I want to preference and let you guys know, there will be some things that I may mispronounce. There may be some things that I kind of have to re-say I am not editing. Listen, it is now or never. It is let's do it. I want to give you guys the real and the raw. Why? Because in today's society and world, everything is packaged in this nice, beautiful package, and it's made to look a certain way, and you don't see the mistakes. You don't see the hard work. You don't see the effort and the things in between. And then you're presented with this beautiful, well rounded package, and you think that's how it's supposed to be. And in turn, it prevents a lot of people from getting started. Well, listen, That's not what we're doing here. I'm going to show you the raw. I'm going to show you the real. I'm just going to be open, honest, and truthful and direct. That's the only way that I know how to be. Some of you will love it. Some of you will, it will not be your cup of tea. And guess what? That is okay. But my point is, and my goal is, my objective for this podcast and for my, 20, the rest of my 2024 is to get it done no matter how ugly it looks. It will get pretty over time when you get your people in, you get your help in, they can help you start making things look a certain way. But in the meantime, if you don't have all of that, and if that is the thing that is keeping you from producing and putting yourself out there, I'm here to tell you, don't let that stop you. Put it out there unedited, put it out there raw, just do it. All right. Now, with that being said, let's look at some ways and some tips. I'm going to give 3 tips for adults and 3 tips for children on how you can step outside of your comfort zone. So, tip number 1, maybe don't do what I do. Start small. Like for me, this conference, we were told there were 300 people there, and that was the registrant. That was the people that were in the building. So that's not talking about support staff. That was talking about the people that registered for the event. 300 people, and I'm in this big, large room with all of these people. They had social hour, constantly throughout the event, and I met everyone. I'm talking. I'm engaging. I'm just loving it. So don't do what I did if you're not that type of outgoing person, because it can be intimidating and it can scare you and stop you from doing what you need to do. Now, I'm not a person that's intimidated easily. So I am a person that will take a challenge and push forward and push through it anyway. But if you know that's not you, start small. Start at a meet and greet, maybe at your library, or a meet and greet, maybe at your church. Just start small. It doesn't have to be large. It doesn't have to be something, like the event that I attended. But whatever you do it. Like whatever you do, get started. Okay, so start small. Stepping outside of your comfort zone doesn't mean you have to take a giant leap immediately. Begin with small, manageable challenges. For example, if you're shy, again, start by initiating a conversation with a colleague or someone you may see at church on a regular basis, or someone you see in passing. Maybe you go to these events at your library with your children and you see this same individual there, a few times. You've seen the same face, but you've never spoke. Start with speaking to that person. Okay. So an action step for adults when starting small this week, again, strike up a conversation with a new person or someone that you've seen on a regular basis but you've never spoken to. Okay. And then action tip number 2, I would say embrace failure. Again, we live in the society today where you have to be perfect or don't put it out or don't do it, or, it stops a lot of people from doing what they need to do. Embrace failure. It's okay. Understand that failure is a part of growth. Every successful person that you know, that you don't know personally, may see on the screens, whatever, they have experienced setbacks. It is how we learn, it is how we improve, it is how we grow. Without this resistance, without these setbacks, there is no growth. So, action step for this tip, reflect on the failure. Don't just live in it and beat yourself up about it, but find out what went wrong, why did it go wrong, and what can you do differently the next time. Write it down. Think about what you learned from that experience. And again, what will you do differently next time? How can you apply that in the future? So always constantly reflecting, again, not to beat yourself up, guys. This is very important. Reflection should not be a beating. Reflection should just be an eye-opening kind of, I would say coming to Jesus experience, but just an opening of what went wrong and really understanding it, but not condemning yourself. That's really, really important, guys. I am begging you. Don't beat yourself up about failures. Don't beat yourself up about mistakes. You say something wrong or do something wrong, it's okay. It is okay. Just what went wrong? Why did it go wrong? Is it something that you could have prevented? Maybe thought about this differently? And what can you do differently next time? And guess what? Next time may come and something similar may happen. Again, life is a journey. Enjoy the journey. Embrace the challenges, embrace the failures, embrace the mistakes. It is okay. And this is why I am doing it unedited. Embracing the mistakes, I'm embracing the journey. And it will turn out how it turns out, and I will learn from it, and I will grow from it, and I will be a better person because of it. All right, now my last tip for my adults is seek new experiences. Guys, I am still on the high about this conference. When I came back from this conference, I wrote down a list of who I can reach out to in my community, who I can reach out to from the people that I connected with on the at the conference. What are some things I could do with my programs now? You know, programs I've done in the past, how can I expand those? And what can I do to reach, a larger audience or even do something differently? Again, sky is the limit. So seeking new experiences, whether it be experiences that you've created within your own organization, if you're like myself and you're a mompreneur, you're doing this, you're doing your own thing, or whether you're working for someone else, there are so many opportunities to network. Your library, see, I would say check the free resources first. So check your libraries and see what networking events they have. If they don't have any, contact maybe the small business portion of your library and act, hey, I have an idea. Can we start doing a meet and greet local entrepreneur thingy, whatever you want to call it, right? And see what they say. They may ask you to write up a proposal. Do it. Again, this is that new experience. You come up with the idea, and they may ask you, hey, can you spearhead this? Then I know a lot of libraries in their community development department have money set aside for things like this. So ask them, can this be paid or can this be um, grant or something? I don't know how to word it just yet, but you'll figure it out. Just ask them straight up. Can I get paid to do this? If you don't know the right words to say, just be straight up. No need to hide it, no need to sugarcoat it. They will tell you what needs to happen, what will happen, etc. And you decide if that's something you want to take on or not. If it's not a paid position, but by doing it through this system, it will reach a larger audience and at the same time achieve your goal of new experiences, then that is your payment, because you could be connected with business people in your community that you may not otherwise have had the opportunity. So you got to look at it that way too. It's not necessarily always a monetary gain right away, but who knows, those connections you make from that experience that you created may lead to additional income. So keep that in mind as well. Because, guys, again, I am thinking about it also. Like my mind is open and my mind is blown. I am so excited. So, again, this could be anything when you're talking about seeking new experiences. It could be anything from trying a new hobby to traveling to a new place. So, again, look at your local resources and see what they're offering. I know here in my community, one of the libraries, they offer a sewing, I think it's called a craft group. And so this is where a bunch of women get together at a certain time and they work on whatever craft projects they have. Do that. Figure out something that you love and you want to meet new people and branch out. You never know, you may make new friends. All right, so an action step for this tip number 3 is identify an activity that you've never tried before and schedule a time this week to do it. All right, now, guys, for a commercial break. Before we dive into the tips, for children, I want to take a quick break to talk about something special for our homeschool community. Have you checked out the Royal Scholars Chronicle? It's our very own homeschooling magazine, packed with enriching content, resources, and inspiration tailored specifically for you. Each issue is designed to empower you and your children on your educational journey with personalized articles and unparalleled support. You can access the latest edition at the Royal Scholars Chronicle. Don't miss out on this incredible resource that can transform your homeschooling experience. Be sure to subscribe today. All right, now back to our programming. Tips for children. I will try to be quick with these tips. Excuse me. Number one, try new activities. Encourage children to explore hobbies and interests that can help them discover new passions and talents. Okay. Also, excuse me. Also, when they are there, do a role play at home. So when they are doing these new activities, they've gotten into the habit of introducing themselves to new people. I know at our local co-op and hybrid school, every day we do an introduction where the kids stand up and they do a presentation of of themselves. And so practice at home and role play how the kids will introduce themselves to a new individual, what they'll say, some icebreakers, some questions they can ask to kind of break the ice, that kind of thing. So, for an example, for me at this conference that I went to recently, I said, the way that I broke the ice was, hi, I'm Kiyana, what's your name, or something like that. Or I'll say, hi, I'm Kiyana, where are you located? They would say, "Hey, I'm Tammy. I'm located in New Jersey." Oh, awesome. I love New Jersey. If I had a connection with the place, like for example, let's say Tammy was from Florida, because I have a sister that lives in Florida. They'll say, "Hi, I'm Kiana. what's your name? Where are you located?" Something like that. Hi, I'm Tammy. I'm from Florida. Oh, I love Florida, Tammy. It's such a beautiful place. Matter of fact, I have a sister in Florida. So you see how that makes things so much like calmer and kind of relaxes you. So now I've made a personal connection. The next time I see Tammy, I'm going to remember that she's from Florida. And so then I'll say, okay, Tammy, so tell me, what do you do? Or tell me, um, are you we started doing something. A supporter or an operator. So an operator meant in this conference specifically, there were kind of two groups of people. There were supporters, those were individuals that had companies and businesses that supported the operators who were school owners, no matter what it looked like, to do their jobs. So we started asking people, are you a supporter or are you an operator or something along those lines? And then the conversation went from there. So, in other words, for children, you can kind of come up with some ice breaking questions like, what's your favorite color, or what are you most excited about this week, or something of that nature. What did your mom make you do this class? Something that will kind of, and then just they'll take the conversation where it goes. So again, for children, try to get them in new activities, making sure it's geared towards something that they want to do. Guys, if you know me, you know I am a major advocate. I mean, like passionate advocate for child-led, student-led learning. So again, just make sure it's something that they're interested in, that they buy into, and something that they want to do. Okay, so some action steps for kids for tip one is ask your child to choose a new activity to try this week, whether it's a new sport, a new craft, or science experiment. Again, check out your local libraries and see what's available because they offer a lot of programs for free. So check out your local libraries and see what's available, and give your children a list, or let them sit with you, watching it with you, so y'all can decide together what they want to do. And then encourage them while they're there to introduce themselves to one new person. Keep it simple. All right. Tip number two for children, encourage positive self talk. And again, I am going to encourage you to do role playing at home, especially if this is something you are not used to within your family. So you want to teach children to replace negative thoughts with positive affirmation. And again, this is going to take practice. So if this is not something that you're doing on a constant basis, it's going to take practice to replace that negativity with positivity. So this will build confidence and this will build resilience, allowing them the confidence to go and introduce themselves to someone new. So again, teach them to replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. An action step for this tip is help your child come up with 3 positive affirmations to say to themselves daily. And then I would go even further. So the first day, have them come up with the 3 affirmations. The second day, have them write them down on index cards. And then the third day, print out a nice like border frame and either work together and have them type it up on a nice font. Do that for all 3 and then have it pasted, have them tape it or post it in their room. Post it if they have a separate bathroom, post it in the separate bathroom. Now, this can be some affirmations that they're going to take for the year. I know for us, we do them every semester. We do a Bible verse that, I want the kids to focus on. I'll pick one that, for them, and then they'll pick one for themselves, and move like that. So you can do that, or you can do it every week or every month, whatever works for you and your family. That is the beauty of homeschooling, but do it because I promise you that you're going to see a change in your child's behavior and their confidence by doing this. Um, so the first thing I would even go back and say, first we want to understand and break down the negative thoughts they have about themselves. And this may not be an easy task, right? Because children, they've learned from us. And if you are one that keeps your feelings hidden and bottled up, they may not share it well. So try having them journal it if they don't share well talking about it. So just say, I know this may be difficult. Preface it with that. Like, this is going to be challenging for you to do. I know this may be challenging, but it's going to help you overcome these negative thoughts. Again, I want to try to keep it in a positive light, even though it's something challenging we're dealing with. We don't want to focus on the challenge. We want to focus on the outcome. And so, with that being said, you let them know. I want you to think deeply about some inaccuracies you believe about yourself, some negative things that you believe about yourself. I don't care what it is. And I want you to write it down today on this page here. Don't worry, it's safe. You got to let your children know, especially if this is not something that you've been doing, give them a safe space. Let them know that they are safe to share, that they will not be condemned or penalized for anything that they share on this paper, even if it hurts, even if it's hurtful. And you can share that with them, guide parents, guardians. This is your time to be vulnerable with your children and show them that you too have emotion. I have no problem. Like I told you guys when I started this podcast, I am a very sensitive person. Now, when you first meet me, it doesn't come across like that because I need to protect myself. And I know not everyone will honor me and my sensitivity. And there are a lot of abusers out there. And even with me and working on and trying to protect myself, I still get misused and abused by people who take my kindness and who take my willingness to help others for granted. But I make it known, like, no, we can't do this. I make it known and I'm okay with the outcome because I know I have been nothing but truthful, honest, and upfront with you from the start, with whatever the situation is. And if I'm wrong, I will be the first to come to the table and say that. So parents, I'm saying that to say, and guardians, this may be difficult for some of you because this is not something we've been taught to do. Self care, self love and even self-reflection is not something has been on our radar. It's being talked about a lot more now, but it's not something that we have been encouraged to do. So be vulnerable with them and let them know, hey, I want you to know that you're safe in writing however you feel. But I also I also want you to know that as we read this, or maybe say this part afterwards, because if you say this before, it may prevent them from saying what they need to say. So let them write down, just let them know first that they'll be safe, that they can write down whatever they need to write down, however they feel, in whatever aspect, that they will not be penalized for it, that they will not be disciplined for it, that this is a moment to freely express how they feel about everything. First say that, and then leave, put some calming music on, put some essential oils on, light a candle, do what you have to do, and leave them to it. Give them 30 minutes. Say, I'm going to put the timer on for 30 minutes and leave them to it and let them produce whatever they produce. When the timer goes off in 30 minutes, come back, ask them, are they done? If they say no, okay, I'm going to give you another 15 minutes. 15 minutes, timer comes off, come back. If are they done? No. Okay, then I'm gonna give you another 15 minutes. I would not extend it over an hour. Once that hour mark goes, come back and say, okay, this is our last timer. So you got 15 more minutes to finish up whatever you need to finish up, because when this timer goes off, now it's time, we got to move to the next phase. So give them the time to do it. I would say up to an hour, and then move on. Now, when you come back for the second portion, before reading it, let them know, I want you to know that you are safe in whatever is written on these pages. However, at the same time, some of the things that's written on these pages may hurt. It may be hurtful to me, and that's okay. You got to be okay with this, because this is their feelings. And if they're not able to express themselves to you, this will be the last time that they do it, and it will be more problems and challenges moving forward. So again, the goal is to become a better person on the other side of this. And it's okay if it looks ugly. It's okay if it's not pretty and it doesn't look like, it's okay, but get through it. And as you read it, if there are things that disturb you, if there are things that bother you, or you even get angry about it, don't say, like, take a deep breath. Okay. And acknowledge it. Okay. Okay. Wow. I didn't know you felt that way. Wow. I apologize that this is what you are experiencing right now. However, thank you for sharing this with me, because this is going to help me help you become a better person and enjoy life. We want to live life by design, not by default. So, with that being said, you can read it with them. You can ask them if they want to read it to you, or you can read it with them, et cetera, whatever. Okay. After that, you're going to pick the 3 negative things that stands out to you. You can have them pick 3 negative things that stand out to them. And then you can go ahead and say, okay, these are the 3 negative things. Now we're going to change these into positive statements. We're going to change these into positive statements. And what does that look like? You can allow them to come up with their own statements, and then together y'all work on it to produce this beautiful statement that will combat that negative statement that they had about themselves. Guys, this is a lot of work, but if you really aim to make a change for the better for your children, this by far is it. Trust me, you will see this night and day, because you're being intentional and direct about an issue that they have, and it's not this surface level, I'm just doing something to be doing something. This is going to make a real change. So if you're ready to make a real change, do it. If you're not and you're okay, I'm just here listening to the sermon and I'm good, I'm going to go on about my week and do the same things I did last week, but then come back and complain that nothing has changed, you got to look in the mirror. So encourage positive self-talk. Again, come up with some affirmations, get them posted, have them write them down. If they have a cell phone, have them take a picture of it once it's in the frame. Have them take a picture of it and put it on their screensaver. So they're saying when they turn their phone on, what they see that screensaver of those positive affirmations, personal affirmations, not ones you just pulled up off the internet, something personal to them. All right. And then tip 3, set incremental goals. So you want to guide children into setting small, achievable goals that will lead to larger accomplishments. This will help them see progress and stay motivated. Set small goals, baby steps, right? What does Dave Ramsey say? Those baby steps. So when you accomplish this first thing, it gives you the motivation to keep pushing. Yeah, I could do this. Baby steps. Okay? So an action step for this tip is assist your child in setting a goal that they want to achieve this week, such as reading a book or completing a project. Let's say the room need to be clean. Every day, okay, today clean off your desk. Tomorrow, fold your clothes up. This day, organize your toys. Again, small goals. Lastly, I would like everyone to work on, and so this is what this is gonna be my thing for my podcast is SMART goals. So our SMART goal for this week, I want you take all this information and now create a SMART goal that will help, excuse me, both you and your children step outside of your comfort zone. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me. A SMART goal to help you and your children step outside of your comfort zone. So again, let's talk about what a SMART goal is. It should be specific. It should be measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So identify a new activity this week. Then you're going to measure. Ensure the activity is something that you can complete within the week, like introducing yourself to a new person. Achievable is choose an activity that's challenging but realistic. Is it realistic for you to introduce yourself to a new person? Yes, if you go outside the house, because you meet new people just by walking, going in the grocery store. Hey, how you doing? You could chalk up a conversation with someone standing in line waiting to check out. Relevant, make sure it aligns with your personal growth goals, and then time bound, complete the activity by the end of the week. So let's give an example of what that looks like. So for an adult, you could state your statement like this. This week, I will attend a local networking event to meet 3 new people and exchange contact information. For children, it can go something like this. This week, I will try a new art project and complete it by Friday. You see how that just like I get so excited about this. Guys, that could just and you can take this and do it throughout your homeschooling year. Every week, just sit down. Okay, guys, what's our SMART goal for this week? Each child creates their SMART goal, and then they have those baby steps that's working towards that goal. Okay, maybe Monday. So they're going to try a new art project. Let's look at the different types of art projects. So Monday, I'm going to research the different types of art and then maybe the different mediums of art, and I am going to decide which project I want to do. Maybe Monday also you can get your supplies for the new project. So Tuesday you'll be ready. So then Tuesday, okay, I'm going to research, maybe look at some YouTube videos. What does this look like? How are people doing it, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to decide on which design I want to do. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to be drawing it out, doing whatever, whatever the project is, arranging it, et cetera. Thursday, I'm going to be putting my final touches on it, seeing if anything else needs to be changed. By Friday, I'm done, complete. I can present it to my family. See how that works? Like, oh, I know I can't say forgive me, but it's just amazing. It's amazing when you are intentional about life and what you want to do. All right, guys, I know that This may have been a lot. I hope it wasn't, but I hope it was beneficial to you. Please let me know in the comments your key takeaways. Was this helpful to you? Did you enjoy this podcast? Did you enjoy this episode? Give me some ideas as well of some next topics that you would like for me to discuss. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Life Ready Learners Podcast. Remember, growth happens outside of your comfort zone. So take those steps, no matter how small, and watch yourself thrive. We love to hear about your experiences and successes. So feel free to share them with us on our social media channel. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep stepping out of that comfort zone. Peace and blessings. Bye.